that's in the floor.
And you want to talk about Black Lives Matter and you're sitting a black woman who's on the floor and you want to talk about Black Lives Matter? You want to talk about Black Lives Matter?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I excuse my hair, I just took a shower. I am really trying to process what I've just watched on YouTube because, see, normally I don't put out videos like this. By the time this video comes out, it's gonna have a strong title, it's gonna get hate. But listen up. 2 weeks ago, a transgender YouTuber named Eden the Doll and two of her friends were on the street being insulted and being robbed by a group of black men. By the way, if you don't know what happened, if you want to know what happened, I'll put a video link down below and you can go and watch that. That YouTuber has spoken a lot of details of the whole thing. Basically what happened was Eden and two of her friends, they were on the street. I guess they were trying to go home or something. And somehow they started arguing with, I think, at least two black men on the street. And at one point, one guy grabbed her bag and just ran away. And then there were just a group of them insulting them, calling them like, you guys, like, you know, like she's a man, this and that. Like basically just like some very transphobic comments. And at the beginning, there were two men wearing hats. They were trying to help the trans women, and then later on, one black guy told them that they are men, they are not women, something like that. And they joined these few black guys, and they were mocking them. They were mocking these three trans women, Eden and her friends, at the same time. They were insulting them. They were filming everything. They were even doing live on Instagram. Everyone was laughing.
Fuck, I got a headache. I've been laughing too much. Make sure you got the mic. This motherfucker.
Like, you know, like these three women deserved it or something, you know? And one guy even grabbed a bottle and just smacked on one girl's head.
Damn! What the fuck? Oh shit! Yeah, I think it's time to leave, nigga. I didn't get that. Hey! She dead, nigga.
It's 2020, people. I don't understand this. It's a year of a lot of unexpected things, and it's a year when we've lost a lot of people. It's a year when we kept on talking Black Lives Matter. But apparently some black men have failed some other people. And I'm not saying like all the black people are bad, something like that. I don't mean that at all. Don't take me wrong. I'm just saying that everyone's life matters. And you know the funny thing is, earlier this year, our government was trying to put up some things saying that the Africans brought back the coronavirus, and that's why people in my city, they were hating the black community because there's a huge black community in my city and people were just hating them. And I was one of the first Chinese who stood up and went there to support, to show them that we are all in this together. And then now watching this, you know, a bunch of black men literally, they were literally insulting them in every single way, physically hurting them on the street, and nobody on the street, nobody called 911.
If it happened to you like that, I would never do that shit to you.
You guys say Black Lives Matter and you guys making fun of another black life that's in the floor.
And you want to talk about Black Lives Matter and you're sitting a black woman who's on the floor And you want to talk about Black Lives Matter? You want to talk about Black Lives Matter? But a black girl sitting on the floor.
I am not okay with a lot of things that's been happening around, okay? See, I normally don't talk about these negative things because the more I grow up, the more I want to focus on the positive things in my life. Today, I just really feel like talking about it. Living in my city, like I said, we have a huge black community in my city. Again, I have nothing against the Black Lives Matter movement. I am supporting it 100%, 200%. But some people, they would keep on talking Black Lives Matter, but on the other hand, they are hurting other people. And this is not okay. This is not okay. Who gives you the right to judge others if you don't want other people to judge you? What happened to Eden and her friends could have happened to me as well. I'm a trans woman living in China, a very, I guess you can say, close-minded country. I go to parties, I meet people, okay? And there's always like one or two men who will be interested in me when I go to parties. What normally would happen with black men, like once they realize that, or no, once they figure out, that you're a trans woman, like they would just kind of give you that kind of like odd look, like, so you're a man, like very, very inappropriate and uneducated comments. And then they would try to tell you that God makes no mistake. And I'll be like, of course God makes no mistake. That's why you're black. That's why I'm trans. And I posted something like this a few weeks ago. I remember I was saying something like, being trans, like how important it is to talk about ourselves, because the more we talk about ourselves, the higher chance people can get to know us, to understand that being trans is really, really, really not like a mental illness or like some kind of like psycho behavior or something like that. It's no. We are just like you. We are just like you. Same thing with the gay people, and I don't understand why in this black community, in the black community, like people just hate on the gay man as well. I just feel like it's really unfair. If you really want to talk about Black Lives Matter, then black gay lives matter as well. Black trans women's life matter as well. I remember one black guy, he was trying to comment saying something like, oh, you shouldn't compare being trans to being black, because these two are completely different things. And being black, like the slavery and blah blah blah, like hundreds of years blah blah, like everything that we've been through, and people these days, they are still getting killed blah blah blah, and being trans, it's still new, people need time, people blah blah blah. I'm like, no, it's not new. It's not new. It has always been there. That's the thing. That's why we need to talk more about ourselves. That's why we need to talk more about being trans. People need to see us. And that's one of the reasons why I started my channel. People need to see us. People need to know that we exist, so that our next generation wouldn't get so much hurt, so much hate. And you want to talk about people getting killed? Trans people are also getting killed every single year in America. And I believe in any other countries as well. And how can it not be the same? Being black and being trans, these two group of people suffer because of the lack of humanity and education. People put labels on us. That's why we suffer. That's why we need to have our voice. Just stand up, speak for ourselves, to speak for our people, our group of people. And now you're trying to tell me that being black is a huge thing, like, and being trans is just something new that people need time to accept or something like that. Like, no. Again, I have nothing against the movement, and I truly understand the meaning behind it. I'm just saying, for a small group of them, they keep talking about this for the equality, justice, but they're doing the opposite to other people. And I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. If you watch the video, then you would know how I feel. This video is gonna get hate. I'm gonna get hate. I know that. And I'm definitely saying certain things out of my emotions, which I'm going to regret later. So I apologize first if I say anything that would hurt anyone. But just think about it. If you are watching this video and you happen to be a black man who has some opinions on trans women, think about how different yet similar we are, and think about what you should and shouldn't say to people like us.
Like that, I would never do that shit to you.
You guys say Black Lives Matter and
like
you guys are making fun of another black life that's in the floor.
And you want to talk about Black Lives Matter and you're sitting a black woman who's
God.
on the floor, and you want to talk about Black Lives Matter? You want to talk about Black Lives Matter, but a black girl sitting on the floor.
This nigga. What the fuck is that? Miley Cyrus? No. Oh no. Oh no. Let's stay here. Let's stay here. Nigga, I'm at 10%. I need to charge my phone.
Get out of that car, bro. Go around.
Go around.
Ain't no
Go to
driver
the right.
in that car. Go around.
Somebody right. Nigga, it's a car right there.